I was invited to the grand opening of a new restaurant, which also came with free hotel stay. So I'm checking into my hotel room. The first thing I did, besides locking the door, was check the bathroom. Now, I have been watching several ladies on TikTok that are all about clean and all of that. So the first thing I did actually was check the bathroom. The bathroom was very clean, neat, and tidy. I have to admit, I was very pleased and impressed. Everything was very clean. I didn't find any problems whatsoever. Now, if you all know me, you know I am a camping person. I'm not a hotel person. So this is like, I want to say the first time I've stayed in a hotel in, oh boy, years. And I mean, heading over a decade. So I had a pretty good view. The room was very nice, kind of fancy for a tent dwelling girl. This is the view of the pool. Since January, the pool was solid froze. And right down there on the left side, that is a conference room. Straight ahead is the parking deck for overflow parking. And then to the left is more of the hotel, because this was a very large hotel. Now, I do remember as a kid staying in hotels, and there was the Gideon Bible in the drawer, the nightstand. So I opened it up to see if it was still there. And yes, they are still putting the Gideon Bibles in hotel rooms, which was a bit of a surprise because I thought maybe they had stopped. So before I got dressed to go out for dinner, I sat down and had a bit of a read. I cannot remember exactly what I was reading, but I just sat down to read a few scriptures and refresh my mind. There is my dinner garments. Went to dinner, got a cheeseburger and fries, which was delicious for a girl that's always on a diet. Now, I did stop by this store, and they had a wall of pastries. So I got a selection of pastries. Carrot cake, the pineapple cake, the pound cake, the almond chocolate croissant, and I did not eat all of that at once. And of course, I washed it down with more coffee. Now, this is a view of the hotel room at night. There was a huge wedding going on down in the downstairs ballroom one night. And I mean, massive. The ladies was absolutely stunning. The dresses were dripping in diamonds and jewels and pearls. For a girl from the mountains, it was a lot to take in. I have never seen ladies that were just dripping with jewels. And I asked the receptionist, is it always like this? She said, yeah, their parties are always like that. So this is the morning of the grand opening. It was a very cold day, so I wore some full-length boots, and of course I put on my wool coat. And this is just a little glimpse of the grand opening, the ribbon cutting. The food was complimentary, and the food was delicious. Although, to be honest, I was running my mouth way too much to eat very much. But the meal was provided for you. And then after the grand opening, yay! Congratulations. I went to one of my favorite farm stores down that way where you can get homemade, not homemade, you can get freshly ground peanut butter. And the honey roasted peanut butter is the best. You all know I am not a peanut or definitely a peanut butter person, but I definitely enjoyed this. It was $6.99 a pound for the honey roasted. And I got a couple of containers because I'm not the only person who really enjoys this peanut butter in the household. So I got a few containers of that. You can get large, you can get small. I got a couple of the small ones also to give as gifts to all the other peanut butter lovers in my life. And I love it because you know exactly what you're getting. The peanuts is they're in the machine, and you watch it while it grinds it up, so you know just how fresh your peanut butter is. Because this is sweet, you don't have to stir it, the oil doesn't separate. They do have one that's just salted peanuts, but I have to tell you, I've been here before, and the honey roasted peanut butter is the one that's usually, you can tell, is the most empty. Now, they have a small spice section. I did get some spices. They don't have a massive spice section, But they have some spices that you typically can't find anywhere. There I got some Aleppo pepper. They have, that is echinacea herb, really good for your immune system and things like that. And Frontier is a spice blend, spice company that my family has been buying for years and years and years. So when I see Frontier spices, you know you're getting good stuff. And all of their spices are organic too. The prices are not terrible. It is a little more pricey than what you may, find, but all around bulk spices are usually cheaper. They have so this farm market, they have their own dairy and their own grist mill. They have the best chocolate milk and homemade buttermilk ever. And I do mean homemade buttermilk. This is not like the stuff you get at the store that's just, some weirdness. This is real homemade buttermilk. How good is this chocolate milk? It is so good. They don't even put the calories on the container because, really, if you're drinking this, who's worried about the calories? I did splurge and get one of these, but I have to admit it's not something I would advise you get too often because it is literally milk, heavy cream, chocolate, and sugar. But it is well worth the splurge. I also picked up some whole milk, a gallon of buttermilk, and this heavy cream is the best, but it is a little pricey. Now, they have a selection of all kinds of things. This I had never seen before. This was muscadine cider, scuppernong cider, and this, the store clerk let me sample their homemade peach cider. And this is all local stuff, which I really appreciate. It's all local. This was the peach cider. It was very good, a little sweet, but you would expect cider to be slightly sweet. I got checked out, and I did get quite a few things, but this is not stuff that I can find where I live. So I did try some of the cider. I got some of the buttermilk, and I got some local honey. This is what they call Tupelo honey. They also have a large jar of wildflower honey. Really enjoyed that honey. And now the morning before I left, the hotel had complimentary breakfast. So I've got some breakfast. And oh boy, that was a blistery cold morning. I'm telling you, to be riding home. But yes, Sarah will always stop and get coffee. Not just when it's cold, but when it's hot too. I don't drink a ton of, tons of coffees. So when I have the opportunity to get a latte or a caramel macchiato, I can't make that kind of stuff at home. So when I have the opportunity when I'm out, I indulge just a little bit on my coffee treats. But you all know I am a tea person as well. I don't drink tea on trips like this. Only when I'm camping will you see me drinking tea. But the ride home was lovely. I had a beautiful time, and I hope you guys enjoyed this little trip with me to this grand opening. And the good Lord willing, I will see you guys in another video. Take care, y'all. Bye.